Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I had weird difficulties setting setting up the game on here. For some reason the game would not turn on, and then had to figure out what was going on. So I basically ended up deleting the game and then re-downloading it quickly to see if that worked. But it turns out I didn't need to delete the game after all, only because there were two there were two files that weren't in the folder that were on that were on the desktop for some reason. That were on the screen for some reason. I guess I need to put them back into the folder for it to work. But otherwise, I'm here. Yay! Hold on. Let's see. Let me turn up the desktop audio volume. Perfect. Hopefully OBS didn't disconnect like while I was gone. I don't know, the Wi-Fi has been really weird lately, so I really hope it doesn't mess up the stream. But anyway, we're gonna be starting Promises to Keep. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this game. Literally know nothing. Like, the pictures looked interesting. I didn't read the plot. I know it's safe for work. I realized, hey, you know what? This is safe for work. This is something I can use. Put it in. Well then. God. Also, let me tell you something. Every time I have seen this happen so many times. Every time I announce that I'm going live on my Twitter, that like I keep getting all these bots and these people who only like and retweet your posts if you have the word Twitch, streamers, live, etc., etc. It's kind of, but it's really kind of funny to see because sometimes you get like all these like cam girl bots that like and follow you. I'm like, you are unintentionally contributing to my furry agenda. Thank you so much. But also, it's really kind of annoying because I know like this is basically first world problems for me, but like I just want real people to interact with my content. That's why Twitter just is so depressing to promote yourself there nowadays, because you most likely won't be noticed by other people, you'll be noticed by bots. And it's really frustrating. So that's why I also like share this link to Blue Sky as well. So, oh yeah, I also have a Blue Sky. I barely use it. I probably should start using it. But yeah, just like it's still the same handle as my all my other platforms. So Xeno the Catboy, just look that up on Blue Sky, you'll find me. My profile pic is the same and everything. Plus the banner in that one is literally my real life self. So if you're curious to know what I look like in real life, check that out. And also check out my TikTok, because obviously you see what I look like in real life in there. I've been around that platform the longest actually, and that platform is the one where I have the most amount of followers. Although I barely post anything on there, and my posts don't nearly get as enough traction as it does back then. Anyway. Perfect. Just trying to make sure that everything is perfectly set up. And before anything else, I want to check the About page on Promises to Keep. Promises to Keep is still in development. All content is subject to change before the final release. This program contains free software under the number of licenses, including the MIT license and GNU Lesser General Public License. A complete list of software, including a list of full source code, can be found here. Okay. Honestly, I really can't wait to make my own visual novel, because I want to work with Renpy to see what it's like. Because I know that Renpy is basically, for what I've heard, it's like it's actually really easy to use. Like, that's the whole point of it. It makes making visual novels a lot easier. But anyway, Promises to Keep. This is gonna be fun. Let me do some hydration here. Exquisite. Still water. I keep forgetting to buy stevia for my tea, and I refuse to drink it with sugar. I don't know why. I'm not Opposed to sugar. Clearly not. I fucking love Dr. Pepper, although I usually drink Diet Dr. Pepper as well, but a normal Dr. Pepper I can also have. It really just depends on my mood. Also, I love sugar too much. But I don't know why, for my tea, it tastes better with my stevia. That's all I gotta say. But without it, I'm not drinking it. Also, I probably need to get more anyway. But anyway, let's get promises to keep. Let's see what the hell this is about. Ooh, dramatic slow fade out. Please enter your name. Yeah, your name will be Leo, okay? Yep, I am not putting my name on this. Oh no, ever since I played Ad Astra was like the only visual novel I played that I put my name in. Everything else, everything else, I just kept it blank. So the true name, so the true name will pop up. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because when I found out that like, oh, the main character of Ad Astra actually has a canonical name. Yeah, I only put my name when it's actually required. Yeah, but I don't know what I don't know what visual novels for visual novels are out there that does that where you actually have to put in a name. I feel like the one clever use so the one clever use of this name of the name changing would be well, I had to give props to password. That was pretty clever. Because like no matter if you put your name or someone else, they're gonna say like, "Oh, you got the oh, looks like someone got the wrong coffee order and that's someone else's coffee." And it's still Dave in the end. Let's see. Your name would be Leo, okay? Um can that not be the name? I'm sorry, but furries and the name Leo kind of don't go well together. Well, to some and to others. Yeah. Yes. We're sorry to inform you that due to severe weather conditions, your upcoming flight has been cancelled. Please log into our app or website to reschedule. Fuck. If this happens to me when I'm going to Cancun, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, tickets are non-refundable, and I just paid off my plane tickets. Jesus fucking Christ. What? I had just laid down, first still wet from the shower, luggage packed and ready to go. I was bracing myself for a short night of sleep, but now it looks like I have no flight to wake up for tomorrow. I stare at the cancellation what fuck? I stare at the cancellation message, silently willing it to change it to something else. It doesn't, of course. I pull myself off of my creaking mattress, reaching blindly for the suitcase I placed next to the bed. I unzip it and fish out my pillow and an extra blanket. I wrap it haphazardly around myself and stuff the pillow under my head, not even bothering to make the bed properly. Me. My phone buzzes again. An email from the airline, bringing another reminder of the cancellation. Yep, no escaping it now. I'm not going anywhere. I was really looking forward to leaving. He looks so cute. Wait, this art style looks pretty cute. I love it. I don't know. Every time when I see art that looks remotely better than mine, I automatically think it looks great. It looks cute. It looks stupendous. Like I don't know. I just love art. You know, ever since like I've been getting in, ever since I started getting into like drawing and shit, I started appreciating like artists like so much more than I have already had. That's a lot of time and dedication to do this shit. uh, After a prolonged minute of staring into nothing, I begrudgingly opened my flight app. The bright colors of the loading screen beamed down on me. I roll over onto my side and watch the wind-beaten window, that thin sheet of glass keeping the blizzard at bay. What am I doing? There's literally no point in trying to reschedule now. A snowstorm like this would put the entire city out of commission for a while. I take one last look at my phone. Low battery mode, 3% power. Why the fuck is your phone that low? I know the feeling. I flop my arm over the side of the bed once again, pawing around for the charging cable. The phone buzzes lightly as I plug it in, and I flip over to stare once again at the window. Sleep finds me faster than I expect. At least in my dreams, I am somewhere else. Somewhere else? Didn't you want to live here? Didn't you promise all those years ago to all those people that you would return? Now that you're here, you can't wait to leave. Face it. You've returned, but you're not really living here. You're just waiting to die. Oh! He's a depressed boy. Mood. I shiver a little. Something feels off. I poke my head out of the tightly wrapped nest of blankets. My bleary eyes take a few moments to adjust to the bright light peeking through the curtains. What time is it? I reach for my phone on the nightstand, sleepily sweeping my paw around my desk until I find it. Damn. I groan. I guess it's on the floor now. I begrudgingly roll to the edge of the bed, still somewhat protected by my covers. Fishing my phone off the ground, I tap the screen to check the time. Nothing. I could have sworn I plugged it in. I get up, still swallowing my blankets, and stumble over to the window. I open the curtains and... oh my god. I had known the storm was going to be serious, but... standing at my frost-covered window, I'm greeted by huge, looming, mountainous piles of snow. It had been ages since I have seen anything like this. I am fucking jealous. This is one of the reasons why I want to move to Washington so bad, because I really want to fucking see snow. Like, I probably won't get snow like this, but I'm gonna get snow nonetheless. I really want to see snow again. The last time I saw snow was, like, when I still lived in Oklahoma. But goddamn, I really want to see it so badly. Adjusting my computer blankets, I reach out a paw and place it gently against the glass, feeling the chill seep into my paw pads. The view through the window was comforting in a way. It reminded me of childhood mornings, the unparalleled excitement of a snow day, and the cozy security of a warm house in cold weather. I shiver again. A warm house. I look down at my still dead phone, then back up at the snow-encrusted window. My brain feels fuzzy and slow, unable to fully comprehend my situation. Wait. I turn and sweep into the living room, my blankets trailing behind me, and walk up to the thermostat on the wall. You've gotta be kidding me. I can only see my reflection stare back at me in the temperature control panel, the interface itself blank and devoid of life. Suddenly, it strikes me just how cold I am, how cold everything is, from the air brushing my face to the floor beneath my footpaws. The power must have gone out at some point during the night. And with it, of course, the heat. For a few long moments, I stand completely still in the center of the living room, attempting to process this turn of events. I wonder if you can, I'm sad they don't have, like, a hide option on this, because I kind of want to see, I kind of want to see the full CG. Let's see. We got a Nintendo Switch, we got a Star Fox Coffee. What we got here? Just, I think those are just magazines and comics. Better put on that fucking jacket. Let's see. I trudge over to my fridge and opened it out of instinct, but I'm quickly reminded that I cleaned it out last night. Damn, you're so unlucky! Probably for the best. This thing is useless without power. Defeated, I slowly walk to my chilled, easy chair and sit, unsure of what to do. Without a clear way out of this mess, all I can do is start to daydream. I wonder if he's still here, enduring the storm like everyone else. Who am I kidding? I've been back here a whole year and there's been no sign of him. Not that I've actively scoured the city for him, but I've just been so busy. Work has been so busy. Life just got in the way. I'm jolted out of my thoughts by the doorbell. Startled, first and on end a little, I crane my neck, trying to see the visitor through the frost-taped window. When that fails, I finally uncurl myself from my chair and step quietly towards the door. Peeking out of the peephole, I can see nothing, just a white haze. Must be covered with snow. I jump as the knock sounds once again, right next to my head. Hello? Anyone in there? My name's Theodore and I live down the street. I'm just checking to make sure you're okay. Theodore? Yes, I remember running into him once or twice on the way to work. An Arctic fox about 10-ish years older than me. I reach out a paw to open the door, then realize I'm still swaddled in blankets. I frantically shed my sheets and scramble about for a coat, cursing as I knocked it on the floor. When I'm finally ready, I cautiously open the door. And the wind hits me like a truck. My fur fluffs up and I curl into my jacket, shivering. I had expected my thick snow leopard pelt to keep me safe from the wind, but clearly I was wrong. The bundled up Arctic fox stands in my doorway, paw outstretched to knock again. Oh! Hello, sorry for the surprise visit. Leo, right? I nod dumbly, too cold to give him a proper reply. He looks me up and down, concern plain on his face. I'm checking up on my neighbors. I understand a lot of people lost power last night and... He stops mid-sentence and takes a tentative step forward. Do you mind if I come in? Then we can shut the door. You look like you're freezing. I take a guilty look behind me at the state of my living room. It's a little messy, but okay. I step backward and let him shut the door behind him. Thank you, Leo. Some weather we're having, right? He gives me something between a grimace and a smile, clearly trying to lighten the mood as I shiver next to the door. He looks me up and down again. I nod once more, pulling my coat tighter around myself. I miss my blanket cocoon. How can I help you? Well, I'm hoping I could be the one to help you. His eyes scan the room, leaden on the dead thermostat and the piles of blankets on the floor. I wince eternally, thinking about what a mess the place is. It's looking like this whole side of the street lost power. As I understand it, the snowstorm knocked over a tree, which in turn uprooted an electric pole. Oh. My ears droop. That's pretty serious. He locks eyes with mine then, his voice gentle. Yes, I'm afraid it is. I'm sorry, but it looks like most of the neighborhood will be out of power for a few days at least. A few days? Panic starts to blow in my chest. I was already freezing my ass off and it was only going to get colder. Theostorm seems to notice my alarm and gently reaches out to place a paw on my shoulder. I feel its warmth through my shirt, seemingly the only source of heat in the whole house. Leo, please don't worry. I would be happy to house you until your power comes back on. That's why I'm here. His voice draws me back to the present, and I look up at him. I still have electricity in an extra room for you. With heating, of course. I'm actually housing a few other people as well. Neighbors from this side of the street. You're more than welcome to join us for however long you need. The gears start turning in my head. Before this, Theodore and I seldom spoke, and now he's offering to house me? I didn't have any reasons to be skeptical, but also, how fucking big is his house? He's housing a few other people, and yet he said he has an extra room to spare for you. How big is this fucking house? How rich is this motherfucker? I know this might sound like it's coming out of nowhere, but we haven't had a winter this bad in quite a while. Neighbors should look out for one another in times like these, right? A group of random people at another person's house, someone I didn't really know. And the crowd we got is pretty friendly, I promise. His tone is warm, invited, and absolutely genuine. I take one more look at the dead thermostat, and it stares back at me vacantly. Well, it seems to say, what other choice do you have? I take a deep breath and regain my voice. Okay, sure, if you don't mind, I'd love to stay at your place. At least until my power comes back. Theodore beams at me, clearly pleased. Glad to hear it. Why don't you gather some of your stuff to bring over? And let me know if you need a hand. No, I do have covered. Just give me just a second. I walk briskly to my room, heart pounding. I enter my room and grab the luggage I had carefully packed yesterday. Fuck, it's so much colder in here than I realized. Trembling slightly, I take one more quick look around, slipping my dead phone and its charger into my pocket. I knew I was set on leaving this room and this house behind today, but I didn't expect it to happen like this. I exhale shakily, remembering to breathe. I had never been to Theodore's place. To be honest, we had barely spoken before this encounter. I'm not even sure I know which house is his. It's gonna be a big house, presumably a mansion. Sorry, he's housing several people. I still get over that. He's housing several people. How big is this fucking house? I begin to worry in earnest now, twisting the handle of my luggage between my frozen paws. I wasn't even supposed to be here. I was supposed to be on a flight going far away. Hey, come on, Leo. You don't have time to mope or to panic. I chastise myself lightly, remembering once again to breathe. How is it so easy to forget? I look down and realize I'm still wearing last night's clothes. I should probably change real quick, especially if I'm going to be meeting new people. Oh god. Just keep moving, that's all you have to do. I take one more deep breath and release the handle of my bag. Just be normal. Theodore lifts up from his phone as I return to the living room, glancing at my full luggage. All Pat? Anything you need me to carry? No, I think I got everything I'll need. And it's just down the street. I can always come back. Fair enough. Ready to go then? I give the place one final look around. It looks back at me, cold and painfully familiar. Yeah, I think I am. Well, I suggest a warmer coat, and you'll definitely need snow boots. Huh? Mind still fuzzy from the weather, I pause and look down at my clothes, then back up at Theodore. Look, I've been walking around in it all day. That wind is plain nasty, and the shallowest snowdrifts are thigh-high at least. I know we both got some serious winter padding, but this storm is something else. Oh, of course, snow boots. I shake my head violently to clear my brain fog, but all that does is give me a headache. Right, I'm sorry. Let me just... Theodore flashes me a warm smile. Take your time. I put her around the messy room, collected my thickest coat and sturdiest boots. You don't need just one coat. Wear both of them at the same time. That will help. My paws twitch slightly at how cold they are. I felt like everything in the house froze overnight. Including my brain, I guess. I quickly zip up my coat and button over the zipper, then began struggling with the boots. There we go, that's more like it. I try to give him a smile back. Ready to go. Promise this time. Ooh, pretty. I just spaced out. Sorry. I just love the music. I don't know. It just reminds me of stargazing. Anyway, let's move on. The snow stretches out in front of me, pristine, fresh, and almost paw print free. I take a few steps, disrupting the nearly perfect surface with my heavy but boot-clad paws. Despite Theodore's warnings, I dash slightly as my lids sinking past the knee, cold slush seeping into my jeans. I lift my head slightly, and the snowfall seems to slow for a moment as I take in my surroundings. Damn, it's that high up? In that lingering moment, the world seems so quiet, dampened by the hush of winter. Fat flakes dance around me on their way to the ground, piling higher and higher around my submerged boots. I resist the urge to stick my tongue out, like I did as a kid, as I watch them to descend. I truly can't remember the last time this city has been this silent. The snowflakes start to accumulate on my snout, on my shoulders, on the side of my coat, wherever they can find purchase. My snout starts to stink, yet my other senses feel so muffled. For a single precious second, the world seems to stop turning. All is silent, calm, and still. And then the wind picks up again, and the sweet, beautiful snowfall starts to blow directly into my face and eyes. I hiss in pain and hike up the hood of my coat. The howling gusts tear at the fabric, trying to rip it off and ruffle unchallenged through my fur. It's like nature itself was reminding me of its preeminence. I feel the weight of my cold phone in my pocket, a victim to the wrath of the storm. I think of the plane I was supposed to board, grounded by the weather, buried like the cars on the street. Damn, it's that high up. I feel helpless too, taking it all in. Oh fuck. A speck in the endless white ocean, whose tide could so easily sweep me away. I would be powerless to fight back. Then a steady paw on my shoulder pulls me out of my thoughts. Hey, you alright? He's nearly shouting over the sound of the wind. I turn to face him, blinking and shaking the snow off my face. The gusts waned slightly, and I managed to get a few words out. Yeah, I'm just adjusting. I mean, I was born and raised here, but I don't ever remember seeing snow like this. Theodore nods. As far as I can remember, this is the worst it's ever been. I believe it. The cold starts to pierce through my layers, and I can feel a creeping wetness spreading underneath my socks. Ooh, that's the worst part. That's the worst feeling ever. Oh, God. Get there fast! Theodore seems to be surveying the area as well, but I get the feeling he isn't just taking in the scenery. It will be days, I think, before they can get the plows through here. And it's obviously still piling up, so... I can hear the worry creeping into his voice as he looks up and down the street. I look past into my car, parked in the driveway, or at least what I think it's my car. Only a vague shape is visible beneath the snow. But that's for future us to worry about. He imbues his voice with some forced cheer and starts wading through, what I assume is, the sidewalk. For now, let's just get to someplace warm. I'm freezing my tail off out here. Well, yeah, you told him to dress warmly. What the fuck are you wearing? You're just wearing a sweater. That's all you're wearing? Where's your fucking jacket? Good sir? He leads the way and I follow closely behind him. We walk slowly, with a wide looping gait, footpaws testing for shallow spots, doing our best not to topple over. After only a few steps, I start following Theodore's trail exactly, tired of wading through the thigh-high drifts. We walk quietly, Both of us devoted most of our attention to staying upright. I wasn't really in a conversational mood anyway. For some reason, it felt wrong to talk too much out there. Winter was speaking. We did choose not to listen, but we shouldn't interrupt. After a minute or so, Theodore turns back to me and points towards a nearby house. This one's mine. I blink in surprise. It's huge. For some reason, I hadn't expected him to own the biggest house on the block. For some reason, you haven't expected him to own the biggest house on the block, good sir? Did you forget that he's housing several other people and he still has a spare room? A fucking course is gonna be huge. We walked out the partially shoveled porch steps and he fishes a keyring from his coat pocket. I'll need to give this another shovel tomorrow. People will be coming and going. He turns the key and opens the door. We both hustle in and hurriedly shut it behind us, eager to escape the chill. Damn! The warmth in the living room is heavenly, courtesy of a robust heating system and a merely crackling fireplace. I can feel my muscles finally begin to relax in response to the welcoming heat. I don't think I realized just how cold I had been until this moment. We're back! Theodore calls out as we enter the house, but I don't hear a response. They must be busy. Oh well, you can meet them later. He sheds his coat and holds out his paw to take mine. As I struggle to remove my snow-filled boots, I can't help but ask. How many others are there? And also, how the fuck do you dust these windows? How the fuck do you Windex them? I'm sorry, I'm curious with the design of this house. Okay, high-rise ceilings are nothing fucking new, albeit maybe a bitch to clean. But how the fuck do you clean these windows? Okay, so let's see, this is the fireplace. I'll say, like, the average height of a person would probably be to, like, right here. Let's say right here. That's still, like, a good amount of feet. That could not be easy to clean. I don't know, okay. Let's, I'll blame it on the architects who designed this house. Why? Okay, let's continue. How many others are there? A smile returns to Theodore's face. He seems to have no shortage of those. Counting you, I'm expecting 5 guests in total. He brushes the clanging clumps of snow off of our 2 coats and hangs them nearby on a nearby rack. Some of them are still gathering their things. Not too many then. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I don't know if I could have handled something like a group of 10. Please, sit down. He gestures to a couch in front of the fire, and I readily fall into one of the seats. I resist the tempting urge to immediately curl up into the warm cushions. Oh, yeah, I'm so tired today. Theodore looks me over again, and continues. Anything to drink? How about some warm tea? I prepared the leaves myself. I suddenly notice how wet my pant legs are, and guiltily shift them off of the couch. I think I'm good. To be honest, I kind of feel bad intruded in the first place, so... Theodore raises an eyebrow. Oop. Now I'm gonna stop you right there. As long as you are staying here, what's mine is yours. I promise you, there is no reason at all for you to feel bad or guilty. It's not as if the power outages are your fault. And speaking of, I feel how cold it was in your house. It must still be freezing. Please, let me bring you a warm mug of tea. Alright, you got me. Hot tea. Some hot tea sounds wonderful right now. Excellent, I'll be back in just a second. There's a lot of promises in this game. Almost as if it's symbolic. He turns and begins to walk through to the kitchen. Theodore? He stops in the doorway and turns. Thank you for all of this. It's my pleasure. And please, call me Theo. As Theo walks off to the kitchen, I remember the dead phone weighing down my pocket. It began to scan the room for an outlet. The living room is pretty well kept, much neater and more welcoming than my place when I still lived there. Do I still live there? I wonder where I'll be after this storm settles down. I find a suitable spot near the couch and start charging my phone. I wonder if I'll have any messages. Or if it'll just be updates on my cancelled flight. Just automated text sent by a computer. Then I hear paw steps as Theo returns to the living room, 2 steaming mugs in paw. It's my favorite brew. White tea with chicory root, hibiscus, coriander, and some other flavors. I think you'll like it. He holds a mug towards me as he sits, and I reach out to grab it with both paws, hungry for its warmth. Thank you. I lower my head to give the tea a sniff. It smells like tea. No shit! I guess I don't really know anything about tea. As I lean in for a sip, Theo slips his phone out of his pocket. It tastes floral, with hints of citrus. It's pretty good, actually. I start to give a compliment, but Theo speaks first. Do you know the raptor in number 42? I've been trying to get him to join us here, but he hasn't responded to my texts. Didn't answer the door when I knocked either. Not really. I mean, I don't have his number or anything. I throw off lamely, hiding my snout in my mug. A few seconds of silence pass as Theo continues typing. I'm texting a friend of his, Artemis. He's the bird at number 60? The two of them are pretty close. He'll also be staying with us. I nod, trying to sip my tea as quietly as possible. It felt pretty bad to admit that I didn't know my neighbors at all, especially when Theo has gone on his way to be so kind to me. You know, I think I'll just head over there again. This cold isn't good for scaly folk, and I just want to make sure he's alright. Oh yeah, cold-bloodedness. He's probably, like, sleeping. Sounds good. Do you want me to tag along? Theo takes one look at me, tail wrapped around my soaking wet pant legs, clutching my mud to my chest. No, you still need to warm up. Just stay put and I'll be back soon. I nod, immensely grateful. I was in no rush to charge back into the storm. Theo gets up and walks to the door, slipping on his coat again. Stay safe. And, I like the tea. I hold up my mug and give him a smile. Feel free to pour yourself another cup. I'll be back before you know it. The door swings shut, and I'm left alone with my tea and my thoughts. After a few more sips, I feel the comfortable heat start to seep into my core, slowly spreading through my body. I pull my still frozen footpaws up onto the couch and peel off my wet socks, tucking them into the side pocket of my bag. As the minutes pass, I start subconsciously... Oh, I did not read. As the minutes pass, I start subconsciously prepping for company. My eyes fix on the front door, waiting for it to open. I can do this. I can be normal. They're coming through the front door any moment now. Then I hear a door shut somewhere else in the house. I nearly jump off the couch, startled, before remembering the other house guests. I just hadn't expected them to be here already. I take a deep breath, my puffed up tail swishing back and forth. Ugh, why am I so jumpy? I hear the gentle tap of paws coming down the flight of stairs, the sound getting louder. I sit up and prepare to meet whoever is coming, tucking my tail between me to hide my nerves. Theo! I just got a text from Artemis saying... Then the mystery disc comes into view. Oh, definitely golden retriever energy. I need to give him that Ben Distin voice. Also, he's really cute. He stops mid-sentence, making eye contact with me, and gasps loudly, an audible mix of shock and wonder. Leo? My heart beats even faster. Those ears and fur patterns were unmistakable. It can't be. It had to be. Rofi? My heart drops. Wait, what? Is this the friend you were talking? Wait, is this the friend he was talking about earlier that he hasn't seen over a year, despite him being here for a while? I feel time slow down around me. The dog freezes eyes wide. He's clearly surprised, but I can't fully read his expression. Does he have some sort of grudge against me? Honestly, I understand if he did, given our history. We used to be the best of friends. Little memories flare across my mind. The vibrant colors of the tree in the town square, Ralphie, the tree, and I all changing with the seasons. The smell of the playground grass during recess, freshly mown. The long nights we would spend talking, and the quickening beat of my heart when we would play fight. Especially when those fights turned into sleepy cuddles. The last chocolate bar we shared before I left. Dark chocolate, bitter, with hardly any sweet. It's been over a decade since I last saw Rafi. Since my parents decided to uproot our lives and move across the country. I only brought the news to Rafi a few days before the movers made their final trip to our place, grabbing the last of our things. I just couldn't find a way to tell him without breaking his heart. Or mine. Leaving felt wrong. It felt horrible. At the time, it felt like I would never recover. And neither would he. After that terrible conversation, we spent our last few days trying to pretend nothing was wrong. We just couldn't bring ourselves to talk about it anymore. And then, just like that, I left. He couldn't even see me off. We chatted back and forth a few times, long distance. Our talks grew less and less frequent, and until they stopped completely. He just wasn't a friend I could keep over the phone. Years passed and I forgot. Perhaps I've made myself forget. That's always what I've done with painful memories. A single question settles like a lump in my throat. A childish question. A question a kid asks when they know they've done something wrong. Are you mad at me? Honestly, I don't think Rafi is upset. It sounds like they just drifted apart very naturally. Literally, Leo is overthinking and he is so me for real. I opened my mouth to acid, but... Leo, it really is you! See? The bright orange dog breaks into a sprint across the room, arms outstretched. I barely have time to react before he tackles me in a soft, fluffy hug. Then we both fall back onto the couch, his momentum carrying us a bit too far. I lay there for a second, dazed, then I feel him jump up from the couch. Sorry, it's been so long. You really are Leo, right? I just didn't hug some stranger? He really hasn't changed at all. He takes a seat next to me, eyes wide but filled with energy. Still reeling from his football tackle, I find enough air in my lungs to respond. Yeah, it's me, Leo. Wow, it really has been a while! What, like 10, 12 years? He says this incredulously, counting on his paws. The guilt rises once again to the surface. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Hey, Leo, you okay? I blinked a few times, unballed my stiff paws, and forced myself to meet his gaze. I don't know why. I thought that said unpause my stiff balls for a second. And I was thoroughly confused. Yeah, sorry. It's been a while, you know? I trail off, watching his face closely for a hint of sadness, a twinge of anger, anything really. But his expression doesn't really change. To an unknown observer, it would seem we were only apart for a weekend. It has been. But it's just nice to see you again, really. The genuine warmth in his voice comforts me a little. Maybe he really isn't bad. I feel the same way, really. Amidst all the craziness, it's nice to see a familiar face. Knowing that we had to breach this topic at some point, I decided to take the leap. So, speaking of, what are you doing here? I went a little, not the smoothest segue. But he takes my question and runs with it, like the master conversationalist I remember. You'd never believe it. His voice practically drips with sarcasm. But I stayed here for all of high school and then for college at the suggestion of my parents. Oh god, Ruffy's parents. Are they still the same? He rolls his eyes and nods. Yes? Yes, they are. So you're still under the thumb? Ruffy pumps out his chest proudly. Actually, I moved out, so not as much, I guess? His eyes widen. His parents were the extremely overbearing type. They loved keeping him in the house, and would always give him shit for just asking to hang out with me on the weekends. And they were okay with that? You moving out? Well, sort of? That didn't sound too convincing. There's no way they would just let him move out, not if they were all the same people they were a decade ago. They, kind of made it happen themselves, really. I noticed his tone drop slightly. I opened my mouth and closed it again, burning with curiosity but not wanting to pry. I decided to drop it for now and let the room go quiet. Anyway, enough about that. It takes him only a moment or two to perk up. He's always had the ability to lighten a conversation, and I was always jealous of that. I'm still jealous of it. What are you doing back at this time of year? It makes me so much that you traveled through a snowstorm to see me? I resist the urge to flinch. Best to just tell him the truth now. It will come out eventually anyway. Actually, I've been back nearly a year. A year? Why haven't I seen you at all then? I fold a little into myself and drop my gaze, though I can tell he's surprised, not upset. Thank God, not sure I can handle an upset Rofi right now. Or ever, really. Well, you know, we just kinda lost touch after a while. And I figured we were both busy with school and work and all that, so I wasn't sure how to get in touch with you anyway. My excuses were feeble at best, but Rofi remained just as chipper as ever. But you thought about me at least? That's a relief. Glad I wasn't just a poor forgotten soul. Imagine little old me being lost forever in the depths of your mind. He draws out his last words dramatically, then sticks his tongue out at me. He delivers his crisps with the same energy I remember from childhood. But with all that's happened, they would take some damn used to it again. And now that I've verbalized it, I guess I did think about him from time to time. Honestly, more than that. Hell, I was thinking about him this morning. How could I not, given how close we've been? I think I was putting off our meeting because I had expected it to be painful. I had expected anger, or tears, or... But we really seem to be picking up where we left off. Well, I'm surprised I haven't seen you around, then. I always go on afternoon walks and I feel like I know almost everyone who lives here. Well, I don't get out that often. No guess. Oh, I bet! Let me guess. A grocery haul once a month? Hey, come on. It hurts because it's true. I try to mumble something witty in response, but it falls flat. I'm right, aren't I? I still understand why you chose to stay in when your parents always let you go out whenever. Well, it becomes a lot less special when you can do it anytime, you know? Sure, but having that freedom beats being trapped in a house every weekend of your childhood. He was right. When we were kids, he spent pretty much every weekend stuck upstairs in his room. Every Saturday, I would always try to sneak him a treat through his window. I would buy two of some new candy the mall was carrying, and we would walk and talk to each other from across the street, critiquing our little snacks like we were on TV. Oh, I did the hiccups. What the fuck? This always happens. Hold on. Okay, got some water in me. Let's continue. He got really good at catching candy from a second floor window. That was our Saturday night ritual. He'd always eat dinner extra fast so he had more time to enjoy his secret dessert with me. But now, it seems like we've completely switched our house living habits. How ironic. Simpler times, huh? I don't miss him as much as you. You were probably the only thing that made it bearable back then. I could feel my face warming up. I hadn't expected such a compliment. Ha! You're blushing! I can't believe I can see it through your fur! He reaches out to playfully poke my cheek, but I bat his paw away, more amused than annoyed. He sticks his tongue out at me again, then swishes his tail slowly. So, what did you get up to once you left? He always did have a talent for tonal whiplash. Guess that hasn't changed either. Well, nothing much. Moved to a new city, went to a new high school with new people. I bet you were super popular. Everyone here loved you. One look at his face told me that he wasn't being sarcastic. Are you kidding? You were always the popular one. It wasn't a contest. And I promise, we all missed you lots after you moved. I don't believe you, but anyway. My new school was really different. Way, way bigger. Even the teachers were overwhelmed by the size of our class. I mean, I guess I made a few friends, but I never really connected with anyone there. To be honest, I was counting down the days till I could move away to college. Back then, I just wanted to be somewhere else. And has that changed? I pushed the thought away. And was it better? College, I mean. Yeah, it was. This is gonna sound cheesy, but it helped me find myself a bit, you know? Rofi's ears perk up and his smile widens. So, Leo, tell me, who are you? He mimes a microphone and holds it up to my face. Well... The truth was that I realized I was queer. Leo needs therapy. That makes two of them. That makes two Leos in furry visual novels that need therapy. It's not like I really try to keep it a secret anymore, but something about telling Rofi was giving me pause. Why? What about Rofi is giving you pause? Maybe the rush of old feelings? In old fears. I clear my throat. Well, I figured out that I'm... Oh my god, I love that face. We both jump as something slams into the front door. What was that? Rofi leaves off the couch and spreads over to the door, leaning in to peer through the peephole. Oh, it's just Theo and Artemis, and his friends! The door swings over to reveal Theo, or more accurately, Theo's arms, holding two huge boxes. Rofi and I backed away from the door, letting him stumble into the house. He sits down the boxes near the coat rack, clearly out of breath. What is all this? As Theo catches his breath, I hear a soft, timid squeak. A scaly, crested head pops to view behind Leo's hunched form. Oh, sorry. That's my stuff. I wasn't sure bringing all this was okay, but everyone insisted, and I figured that I would want my monitor set up here if I was going to be here a while, but I really didn't want to be a nuisance, and... Oh fuck, I just bumped into my pop filter. The flustered dino gets cut off by another voice, silky and smooth. Hey, relax. We already said it was alright for you to bring your things. I'm going to grab Hunter to help us with these. There's no way I'm gonna carry them upstairs without him. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. He does look like fucking Mordecai. Well, he is a blue jay. As Theo steps in and starts removing his coat, I think the source of the velvety voice comes into view. A bird. Some kind of blue jay was my guess, but he looks like he just came from some crazy music concert, and with only a light coat draped over his shoulders. How was he not cold in that? Both the dino and the bird are holding boxes. The dino is mostly taken up by a massive computer monitor, and the bird's filled with miscellaneous items. Oh, before I forget. Leo, Ruffy, this is Oliver. Theo gestures to the dino, who gives me a nervous grin. Theo then indicates the bird. And this is Artemis. The bird nods at me once, adjusting the box in his talons. Ruffy, I think you and Artemis know each other already. Ruffy gives Artemis a grin and a wave, and the bird responds with the slightest hint of a smile. They'll both be staying with us as we wait out the storm. It's nice to meet you both. Theo then introduces himself to grab the mysterious hunter, who I still have yet to meet. Ruffy moves to shut the door behind us, scooping up one of the boxes and sprinting up the stairs after Theo. We have guests! Artemis lets out a comical sigh. That dog has too much energy. One of these days, his treads will wear out. I clear my throat quietly, geared up once again for small talk. So, you do know Ruffy then? When did you two meet? I remember him saying he tested you earlier. I moved here pretty recently, but I've always seen him going for walks and he usually invites me to join him. Typical dog behavior. Artemis starts to make his way to the couch as he talks, and Oliver and I follow. The bird and I both sit. Oliver gently pokes at one of the cushions with a claw, testing it, then joins us in front of the fire. Yeah, that does sound like Ruffy, always looking to make friends. By the way, you're Leo, right? The same Leo he went to school with? He's mentioned you once or twice. Another twinge of guilt, though not as strong as before. After all, Ruffy hadn't really seemed upset earlier. Yep, that's me. Nice. I'm usually garbage with names, so apologies in advance if I forget. No worries, can I just make sure I got your names right too? I point at the blue jay. Artemis? Yep. And Oliver, right? The dino doesn't respond immediately. He shovels a little in his seat, looking like he's deciding whether or not to correct me. Sorry, I'm wrong, aren't I? No. I just see the gears in his head turning. But, you could just call me Ollie, though. If you want. With Theodore in the room, I guess I just wanted to introduce myself properly first. Rather than start with nicknames. Because, well, you know, he's our senior, right? I didn't want to leave with such a childish nickname. The dino loses steam as he talks, and his long-winded expansion trails off in a mumble. He's cute! He's cute. I want to give him a little smooch. Artemis cocks his head inquisitively. You know he goes by Theo, right? Does he? Ollie seems genuinely surprised by this. He begins gnawing on a talon thoughtfully. And he's not that much older than we are. What is he, 30-something? Which, he's still got a few more years before assisted living. I can't help but snort at Artemis' joke, hiding my laughter behind a paw. He gives me a small wink, amusement playing in his eyes. But really, but he seems to have his shit together. Ollie mumbles, stuffing his claws deep into his hoodie pocket. Well, I still think Ollie is a cute name, and Theo's a chill guy. I wouldn't worry about it. Artemis speaks firmly, but not harshly, and Ollie nods softly in response. From the looks of it, these two have known each other quite a while. Something about their dynamic feels very comfortable, very lived in. If it matters, I agree. They both look at me, Ollie in surprise, Artemis in gratitude. I'll admit, I don't know Theo that well, but I don't think he's the judgy type. He wouldn't have invited us all to stay otherwise. And I also think Ollie's a cute name. Thanks! The conversation is suddenly interrupted by two sets of paws coming down the stairs. Alright everyone, last introduction. Okay, so I haven't been giving Theo that gruff voice I usually give to people like Morris and shit. I just gave him like the slightest bit of it, but not really. I was saving it because I have a feeling that someone was gonna look bulkier, and would most likely have it. It seems I was right. Theo stands aside to reveal a raccoon with a warm, goofy smile. He raises his paw to wave, his t-shirt rippling over a layer of bulky, well-built muscle beneath. Yo, the name's Hunter. I'm in town for winter break, but... He gestures to the window. We all know how that's going. Cute. Cute. I love the facial expressions in this game. They're all very cute. Anyway, I heard there was boxes for me to carry. I figured he was an athlete of some sort, judging from his physique and the mention of winter break. He looks too built to just be a casual gym goer at least. I wonder what his workout routine is, for him to look like that. Artemis speeds up and motions to the bosses on the floor. We just need help with these three. The other one is mine. Sweet, something to lift. Let me just... I watch him hoist two bosses up in the air effortlessly. I'll come back for the screen. Don't want to damage that. I can plainly see the relief on Ollie's face. Oh, sorry, I didn't get y'all's names. Artemis. Ollie? Oliver? Ollie stops mid-word, eyes flicking to Theo and back. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Artemis raise an eyebrow. And I'm Leo. Great to meet y'all. Be back in a sec. He follows Theo back upstairs. With each step he takes is as light and careful as when he came down. It was like the bosses didn't weigh anything to him. Did he really say sweet, something to lift? What a guy. His tone is snarky, but not malicious. Showing off, I guess? Ollie chortles nervously. But I mean, he was nice enough to carry all the stuff I brought, so... Gosh, I really should have left most of it behind, if I had... Ollie? Artemis interrupts him gently. Theo said it was fine, remember? And you saw how excited Hunter was to have something heavy to carry. You practically did him a favor. Ollie seems to settle slightly in his seat, his nervousness abating somewhat. Right, sorry. Nope. That gets a real laugh out of Ollie, showing off a mouth of razor-sharp teeth. I want him to bite me. The bird looks up from his phone and makes eye contact with me. This is a little game me and Ollie play sometimes. Whenever he apologizes unnecessarily, I just say nope. It does help, actually. Well, until I forget again. Yeah, until you forget again. Don't worry, I'll keep doing it. I hear Hunter come back down the stairs. Without Theo this time. Regular teeth are enough? I don't know, sharp teeth look hot. Hey Ollie, Theo wants to show you your room. I just see Ollie freeze up as he hears his nickname, but he tries his best to play it off. Oh, coming. I'll come too. Leo, you join us? I think I'll hang here a bit more. Might be nice to get a moment to myself. Artemis gives me a lazy thumbs up and rises from the couch. He stretches his legs out, he stretches his wings out of bed, then bends over to grab his box. Can he fly? Like, does he have the ability to fly? Or are those wings just for show? This is just another song about Tokyo. I know. We'll see you later then. And just like that, the living room goes quiet again. I exhale. Remember to breathe, Leo! And settle back into the couch cushions. I hadn't really been prepared for meeting so many people in such a short time. And for reconnecting with an old friend, too. I take a moment to relish the silence, knowing it will be in short supply in the coming days. How does he put on his shirt? I mean, I'm pretty sure he could touch his wings. I'm pretty sure he could touch his wings to put on a shirt. If I had to use the logic of another series, Maximum Ride, put on a shirt for them is probably pretty simple. They just cut slits in the back, and then they just tuck their wings in and put it on, and then they spread their wings out through the slits. I mean, simple, effective, nothing too complicated. Sure enough, it isn't long before more positives echo in the stairwell. I hear some audio coming from a phone, followed by a familiar soft giggle. Then Rofi hops off the second to last step and comes into view. Hey Leo, what you up to? He makes his way to the couch and plops down, laying leisurely on his back. Just taking a breather. I didn't think I'd see so many new faces today. I know, right? Isn't it so exciting? Well, I mean, yes. But it's also exhausting. I'm just looking at the character design and the way like the arms are drawn and everything. What I really love about the character sprites in this game is that it literally looks like they have fur. Like all the little tufts and fluffs here and there and everything. Okay, little mini rant here. Sorry. But a lot of furry art is great. I love it. I love artists in general. Now what pisses me off is that some art doesn't look like they have fur. It just looks like they have skin. It just looks like skin. Like everything's really shiny, and like their six pats are very visible. But I doubt that would happen given their. But unless like their fur is like real extremely smooth, I'm not buying it. Like I can defend Ken's design in Burrows because he's a Black Panther and Panther's fur is like very flat. So it would make sense that his abs would probably be more visible. But when it comes to like regular fluffy fur designs, it seems so weird. It just looks like they're wearing skin. It just looks like it's just skin and no fur underneath. So when you see their animalistic face, I don't know, it's very jarring to me. I think it's important to know, like, if you're gonna draw an anthro character, you better give them fur. Like this design, you can clearly tell it's fur. Like, you don't have to make every inch of the body have tufts of fur everywhere. Oh no, your art is plain fluffy. Like you can tell. Like it doesn't look like skin at all. Don't worry. And like even especially with the face, like look at that. Like he looks cozy. He looks like you're total with. Anyway, rant's over. Were you worried for a second that your art wasn't gonna be good enough for me? It's amazing, obviously. Like seriously, I keep telling you that. See, I chuckle a little and it turns into a yawn. I instinctively curl into the soft couch cushions. Okay, sleepyhead. Enjoying your peace and quiet down here? I curl up even more, and a mischievous smile spreading across my face. Sure am. No orange dogs barking my ear off. I studied him carefully, testing the waters. But to my relief, he commits to the bit, laying out an exaggerated gasp and throwing a dramatic paw over his forehead. Then he gives me a cute pout, accompanied by the softest set of puppy dog eyes. Wait. God, I love it. That looks so cute. How rude! And here I was, about to invite you to hang with me until dinner! I stood up, clearly a little interested. I was just gonna play a video game, lay around, you know? Just as I was about to respond, we hear more positives on the stairwell. Hey, you two, just here to grab that last box. Ruffy and I both waved to him. Leo, you met Hunter, right? Just a few minutes ago, yeah. Hunter bends down to scoop up the cargo. Yep, we're best friends already. Wow, Leo, for someone who leaves the house once a month, you seem to make friends pretty quickly. I forced a smile, wincing internally. If only he knew how wrong he was. Hey, maybe they've got all the practice they need. 100% friend rates whenever they meet someone new. They both laugh, bouncing off each other's energy. The two of them together are silly, but I can see them being a bit much. Hold up. Is Leo non-binary? Or is it just Hunter not knowing Leo's pronouns? Does this game go that far? Anyway. Okay. They both laugh. Okay, yeah, I'll say this. Oh, dang! Hunter points to one last box, lying forgotten near the door. There's another monitor in that box? Hey Leo, wanna grab that for me? I don't want to carry too many fragile things at once. And now you're stealing Leo from me? How could you? He nudges me playfully. See, I told you, you were always the popular one. You can have them back after they help with the bosses. We all gotta do our part around here, right? I can tell he's joking, but the comment still sends a jolt of guilt down my spine. Of course I help. Once we get this settled, then... I'm interrupted by Theo shouting down the stairwell. Hunter, you got that box yet? Oh, that's our cue. We're coming, Theo! I scurried over and grabbed the remaining box, surprised by his unexpected weight. Hunter turns to Rofi, who's now making himself comfy on the couch, absorbed in his phone. Don't have too much fun by yourself now. What? No, I'm coming too! He sits out his tongue at Hunter and, in record time, jumps off the couch and zips past him up the stairs. And there he goes. You know, I've always said he should try out for track. You two know each other? I feel like I'm doing a bad job keeping up here. Yeah, same college. I mean, he's graduated, obviously, but we were buds. Made sense. They seem way too comfortable around each other to have just met today. I should ask him about that sometime. Anyway, we're needed at the front line. Hunter bounds upward, humming a jaunty tune. As I start to follow, I take a moment to adjust my grip on the box, and my eyes fall on the numerous photos adorning the stairwell walls. Many of them were of, presumably, Theo's childhood. They spent camping, playing in the yard, at the amusement park. One in particular catches my eye. Who is this diva? Queen! That's Queen Mother right there. Theo's 17th birthday, 2005. Okay, so 2005. 2015. That means he's 27. 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let's see this. Okay, so this takes place remotely present time. Hello, oh my god, what is this cute? Hey Ben, how's it going? We're playing Promises to Keep, which I know little to I know like absolutely nothing about, but it's really interesting. As of right now, we're snowed in. Our flight, we were supposed to take a flight, it got canceled. There's a huge blizzard, there's a lot of snow, our power goes out because an electric pole got uprooted. And this guy named Theo, this guy right over here, invite us and several other people to his home, and he has a big house, which I kind of predicted from the start. But now we're just like getting used to the amount of people that's in here. So yeah, the VOD will be released pretty soon. Wait, I still need to release the VOD for the Scroll Delinquent VN. Anyway, a teenage Theo, lankier and less tired-looking, and a small, broad-shouldered woman, another Arctic Fox, stand side by side in front of a new car. Maybe him and his mom? They look very alike in the photo. Same fluffy white fur, similar face and snout. Someone had written a neat, clipped cursive in the bottom left corner of the photo. Theo's 17th birthday, 2005. Theo was a cute kid, huh? I chortled softly, adjusting my boss again. Sorry, got distracted. Hey, no worries. Maybe we can ask him about some of these later. We'll have plenty of time to kill. I glanced back at the photo of him and the woman. Their smiles are wide, bright, and unabashedly joyful. Come on, man, let's not keep him waiting any longer. Sorry. I turn and follow Hunter's sweeping ringtail up the stairs. At the top, we find Theo leaning against a wall, phone in paw. Still looking for others to join us? Theo looks up as we clear the top of the stairs. Oh yeah, just making sure no one else needs anything before it gets dark out. Hunter grins. You're a good egg, Theo. I nod heartily in agreement. Yeah, it's awesome that you're looking out for so many people. We all really appreciate it. He clears his throat, his voice a little huskier than normal. It's nothing, really. This is a big place, might as well put it to use. And it has everything! Wi-Fi, food, electricity? Hunter faints a little shiver. Wait, that's cute. No, that's cute. I love that. Heating? Who wouldn't want to live here? I suppress a chuckle and roll my eyes at the Rofi-like performance. Well, I'm happy you're making yourselves at home. Oliver's staying in that room down the hall. Raphael ran past, as I'm sure you noticed. Right on cue, I hear his muffled roof of laughter. Theo leads us over and nods gently to announce our presence. Come in. Theo pushes the door open. Artemis is sitting in the middle of the floor, chatting with Rofi while he unpacks. Ollie, on the other hand, is scurrying around the room, holding 5 trailing cables in one hand and his phone in the other, muttering to himself. Just gotta put this here, and this cable should go on the desk, and oh gosh, who is testing me right now of all times? We interrupting anything? Oliver, are you, finding everything you need? Ollie doesn't reply, now engrossed in answering his phone. He's just getting organized. As hard as that is to believe. I say he moves faster than me, which, is pretty fast. Artemis gives Ruffy a look. Yeah, I don't get the point of inviting me on walks if you're going twice my speed the whole time. Hey, I slow down for you sometimes. How magnanimous. I am forever in your debt. Though I am enjoying their banter, and I can tell Theo is too, the heavy box is starting to take its toll on my arms. I open my mouth, but struggle to break into the conversation. I seek to glance at Hunter, but predictably... Oh, does Ruffy walk at gay speed? Yes, he does! That's your first hint, Leo! Let's see. I seek to glance at Hunter, but predictably, he doesn't seem to be struggling the slightest. Anyway, that's good to hear. Just wanted to check in. Artemis, have you taken a look around your space yet? I know it's a basement, but I promise it's actually pretty comfortable. It's perfect for me. I don't need a lot of space. My eyes dart around the room, looking for a proper space to put this thing down. I rearrange my grip and feel a jolt of pain through my wrist. Great. It was nice of you to trade rooms with Oliver. I suppose it'd get a little chilly down there. Whoa, you never showed me that kind of benevolence, Artie! I just know you'd be more comfortable up here. He didn't tell pretty minute differences in temperature. He didn't anxious without any windows too. Reaching my limit, I open my mouth to say something. But at that moment, I feel the box start to slip out of my paws. Before I could react, the handle slides neatly from my grip and drops like a stone. Shit! Oh, fuck. I see a flash of movement as Hunter lunges just in time. In a split-second reaction, he shifts his body to his right arm and leans it into a half squat, perfectly catching the fallen item from beneath. Woo! Which, warn me next time you're about to drop an expensive piece of tech. For a terrible moment, I just stand there, feeling the stares of everyone in the room boring into me. Even Ollie snapped out of his intense focus to watch. My ears flying tight against my head. Oh god, I'm so sorry. My voice breaks a spell, and Ollie zooms over to us, snatching the lid off the box and peering inside. He lets out a deep breath. Don't worry about it. Nothing's broken. Thank God. I was just holding it fine, and then... no, please, don't apologize. No harm done, really. Oh, whoa, what's this? Ollie smiles and meets my eyes, and, incredibly, I believe him. I smile back gratefully. Yeah, no harm done, I was just messing with you. Although I hope you all know I can't hold this pose forever. Oh, sorry. Ollie helps over to the desk, swiping a number of objects off onto the floor. Ollie, I just organized the stuff you put there. You can leave both of them here on the desk. Thank you so much. Hunter straightens with ease, languidly walks the two boxes over, and turns to Theo. Anything else, boss? Nope, that's it for now. Though we'll call you if that changes. Always at your service. Hunter walks out to the hallway, motioning for me to follow. Hey, I'm probably gonna head back to my room and relax a little. Wanna join? Ruffy gasps in mock indignation and is at my side in an instant, clutching my arm. I knew you were trying to steal Leo from me! Ah yes, Ruffy's famous puppy dog eyes. I'd join, of course you would. Let's be for real. As deadly as always. Wait! That's my face! That's my sprite face! Don't Well, to be fair, it's not like I co-opted it. Whoa, easy there, I'm no thief. We can all just hang down in my room. The more the merrier, right? But there's this new game I want to try out, and I only have 2 controllers. Oh my god, he looks just like you, Xeno. LMAO. Honestly... Okay, Give him a little bit of a belly. Make the tank top white. Make the tank top black. Minus the persona, that's literally just me. I opened my mouth to ask why we can't just take turns, and then I realize he wants to spend more time with me alone. Just the two of us playing video games like back in the old days. Hunter laughs and leans forward, committed to Rofi's bit. Don't be greedy, Rofi. You two have known each other. Oh, there's two eaches. You two have known each other for so long. You and I have to make up for lost time. Oh! 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 Oh, he got that sass. The raccoon gives me a knowing look, a twinkle of amusement in his eyes. How could I not want to join him? Oh my god, you are so easy. Seems like someone wants some one-on-one time with you, Leo. I'm sold on Hunter? Oh my god, the both of you are sold on him. But for real, it's your choice. Just know my door is always open too. Rofi diddles, breaking character for a moment, before stepping back into that lethal pout. Oh, of course. Feel free to leave poor old Rofi behind. Those eyes used to destroy me, but now I can see his laughter behind them. I don't think you'll actually be mad if I hang out with Hunter for an hour or two. After all, we'll have plenty of time to spend together over the next few days. Or however long it takes. It really was my choice. Save! Save! Now, my conscience tells me to pick Rofi because you haven't seen him in over a decade. But the two people in my chat, but little Ben and Zed are one Hunter. I may be easy, but it's not easy to look that snackable. Okay. Okay, you got a point there. Hunter is hot. Hunter is fucking hot. I'm sorry, he's hot. He does look that so. Let's see, Rofi or Hunter. Okay, let's do Rofi. Because, I don't know, keep behind some mysterious resentment within all that cute exterior. I'd only just started to catch up with Rofi, and was looking forward to spend more time with him. I can't resist those eyes for long. Rofi literally jumps for joy, arms in the air, and cheers. Yes! I finally have someone to try this game with! My room's this way. Come on, come on! And with that, Rofi steps off down the hall and disappears into a doorway. Sorry, Hunter. Hope you don't mind. But the raccoon's eyes are full of mirth. He doesn't seem upset at all. Hey, don't worry about it. You two go have your fun. OMG, Rofi's me overly excited over nothing. Honestly, I think that's not the best way to live. That game better be Lynn's crossbow training. Wait, why that specifically? Wait, why that game specifically? Are you playing that one right now? We're all gonna be stuck in the same house anyway, so I'm sure we'll get the chance to hang. Hit me up whenever. You gotta do me just one favor though. Crush him at that game for me. There's nothing I like more. The raccoon gives me a thumbs up and starts off down the hallway, hopping from paw to paw, jumping to touch the ceiling with each movement. I approached the door where Rofi disappeared and knocked on the frame. Oh, just get in here! Didn't you see me walk in? I was just trying to be polite. Come on, how long have we known each other? I haven't changed that much, you know? Nope, it's literally a super cheap cash grab, and I'd love to pretend it's actually good. You always have the most you always have the most like passionate opinions on video games. This game came out in 2007. Are you really still that fucking bad at it? I mean, well, it is pretty short. It is a pretty short game. His room is peak mill living space. Okay, yeah, literally. Okay, so you get the bed right here. You got the desk right here. The fucking TV and game system on the fucking floor, and just one little floor mat. Damn. Come on, how long we know each other? I haven't changed that much, you know. It's the best game ever. You didn't have to tell me that. So far, the only difference was his height. I was always taller than him growing up, but now... If you know me, I'm very committed to humor. Yes, you are. Ruffy waves at me from the bed, limbs splayed on top of the simple brown comforter and white pillows. The bright winter daylight shines through his window, and I take a good look around the room. It's stark contrast to Ollie's room. It looks practically untouched. I just spot a handheld suitcase in the corner, and neatly zipped up, a backpack lying against the wall, and a laptop charging on the desk. I could easily live in a room like that. I actually can too. Listen, I live in a fucking trailer. What I would give to have my own room. And a bigger kitchen. God. He really didn't bring much. What? The gorgeous layout of my room got you stunned? I'm just a bit surprised he didn't bring more stuff over. I have everything I need, though. A bed, a desk and a chair, TV, a window, a bathroom, water, and electricity. What more do you want in a living space? Well, I'll rather say, okay, if I did have my own room, how are we supposed to spend the night together? Let's be for real. How are we gonna spend the night together? I'd rather have my own place for that. Like, goddamn. I do remember him being a pretty simple dog. His old room was incredibly plain, which I found ironic for someone as bright and energetic as him. I'm actually not sure if that was his preference or his parents'. Either way, I guess old habits die hard. Anyway, if you're done commenting on my lack of personal belongings, we have a video game to play! I watched Ruffy prance around the room, swapping between his backpack and suitcase. He bounds back to me and holds out 2 controllers. Player 1 or 2? Player 1, of course. Instant takes over then, and we both plop ourselves down on the floor in front of the TV, just like we've done a million times before. Let me get some tunes going. I game better with music on. What do you listen to these days? You'll see. Oh god, please don't play any copyrighted music. Please don't play any copyrighted music. Hold up. I'm going to mute the desktop audio and see what song plays. Okay. Okay, I don't think it's copyright. Okay, it's not copyright. I'm sorry, but after I'm now the delinquent's lover, I've been so afraid now. Like, I did expect real copyright music to play on there. Okay. Now he has to hear it. He presses play on the music app. A soft melody, accompanied by a gentle tapping beat. Quiet, cozy music. Okay, not in this house. Listen, if I was gonna play any song, it should have been Seabat. I was gonna say it should have been Calafina, but I digress. Fitting. The game boots up. It's a battle royale type, but Rofi just sets it to local multiplayer so we could get a feel for the controls. We're both quiet at first, laser focused on learning the game. The silence doesn't bother me like it normally does though. Honestly, I feel just as comfortable around him now as I did back then. Despite his crazy antics and his jolly nature, he's pretty good at creating a warm, cozy environment. Figuratively and literally. Eventually, I break the silence first. Remember when these video games nights used to be a commodity? For me, you mean? You got to game whenever you wanted to. What about all of our productive study sessions at my place? I literally can't believe my parents never caught on. For such helicopter parents, they could be pretty oblivious at times. Ruffy used to come over 2 or 3 times a week to study at my house. He usually finished his homework long before I did, and I'd always find him glued to the TV, while I scrambled to catch up with him. Well, I guess he always found other excuses to ground you. Like the Fakemon fiasco? Wow, that brought some memories back. Fakemon trading cards were a huge thing at our elementary and middle school, but I've forgotten all about them. Ruffy used to hide all of his cards in his locker before going home. It all came flying back to me now. At some point in middle school, our friend group had each bought a mystery card pack for a group unboxing session. Most of us got common, low-value cards, typical pack filler, but Ruffy ended up pulling a card worth nearly $500. We all lost our minds. For a group of preteens, $500 was unfathomable. The ironic thing was, of course, he had to keep it a secret. There was no way he could tell his parents about the card. A couple of us offered to help him sell it, but he wouldn't part with it. That is, until his parents found out about his collection. He managed to sneak the rare cards to me ahead of time, but the rest of his deck wasn't so lucky. They threw every single one of his cards in the trash and grounded him for weeks. Remembering his distraught face makes my blood boil. Here, hold on a second, I got something to show you. Ruffy pauses the game and gives me a knowing grin, hopping up to grab his backpack. No way. I see him unzip a side pocket and reach into the bag. Then I hear another zipper. Secret pocket? You know it! I see him pull a small card case out of his bag. That's not helicopter parity, that's plain abuse, as if they weren't literally the same thing. Facts. Ta-da! In perfect condition! He hands the case to me with a single card inside. The holographic Charizard card, looking the same as it did the day he pulled it. Wow. I can feel a goofy smile start to spread across my face. For some reason, knowing that he was able to hang on to it just makes me so happy. You'll never guess how much it's valued at now. You're right, I won't. How much? Look it up. I roll my eyes. He could just tell me, but he obviously wants to drag out the realization. Silly pup. $75,000?! Ruffy, that's life-changing money! Pretty cool, right? Cool? I mean, yeah, I guess, but that's just the same amount of money for one card. Yeah, sure, but I mean, why haven't you sold it yet? Don't wanna. I would kill for an extra $75K in my pocket. I would sell that so fucking fast. Yes, and then you actually get a place of your own, and I could come visit you. Fuck. Hey, don't get any ideas. It holds a lot of sentimental value for me, and I'm not really in need of money to the point where I'd want to trade this for cash. I guess that makes sense. I remember the happiness I felt when I learned he still had it. Wait, I never asked. What kind of job do you have? Well, I was a biology major, so... Doctor? No, I could never. I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. Huh. I went to PA school and became a physician's assistant. You operate under a doctor's supervision, but do a lot of the same medical things they do, sacrificing a bit of autonomy for a shorter education. It's usually 2 years post-college for PA, compared to over 8 years for doctors. Oh, smart. Well, sure, but I didn't think your parents would let you become anything other than a doctor. Well, they weren't happy. They hated that I went the PA route instead of med school. But you just kept on trucking? Rofi nods. At some point I had to live my life, you know. Huh. I never thought I'd hear that from him. When we were kids, he was so obedient. Always so frightened of what his parents would think. Maybe he has changed, in more ways than I thought. And really, the money isn't that bad. How much, if you don't mind me asking? I could buy around 2 hollow Charizard cards a year with my salary, if my math is right. Damn! He making 150k a year? Shit! I want that kind of money. Shit. I'm sorry, but 27 an hour working at a Starbucks in California isn't working. His math was always right. Okay, so he was making bank. Got it. Isn't that bad? You're probably out earning everyone on the street. He giggles. Okay, it's a good gig, I admit. He picks up his controller again. Mind if we get back to the game? I mean, I have more questions, but... Sure, sorry to pry. And now you're good. Ruffian pauses and the room goes quiet again. I can't help but think about what he said earlier. At some point, he just had to live his life. I wonder what adventures he went on after I left in middle school. I could spend hours catching up with him like this. Over the course of our game, and we shifted closer, and now I feel him start to lean against me a little. Before I know it, his head is fully on my shoulder. I don't say anything at first, though I can feel a slight blush creep across my face. Our lives are so different now, but his fur still feels so familiar. I see him glancing at me out the corner of my eye and hear him giggle again. Soft, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, it's just like I remember. Shit, he could definitely feel my face warming up. Yeah? Sensing weakness, Rover starts rubbing his cheek against my shoulder, distracting me with his impressively velvety fur. I made a critical mistake, and the match goes to Rofi. Hey, come on, you totally did that on purpose. Sneaky dog. I give him a playful swat, and he lifts my head off my shoulder. You said it was just like you remember. All good memories, I hope? Most of them, yeah. We used to do this all the time. Yeah, but we would usually be lying down. He flips over onto his belly and looks up at me expectantly. Like this. You gonna join me? Blade Ruffy belly flop. Cheeky yeah, doggo. He recognizes the glimmer of mischief in my eyes, but doesn't react fast enough. I flop on top of him belly first. Oh! I let out a muffled laugh. His fur feels so soft even through his shirt. Can I get a heads up next time? What? We used to do this all the time as kids too. Yeah, but we don't weigh the same as we did back then. Ouch, are you calling me heavy? Who knows, maybe I am. Well, if you hate us so much, I could just get off of you. No, it's okay, you just stay where you are if you're cozy. He's so predictable. He always enjoyed being my makeshift pillow. Every once in a while, I need the fluff right below his neck. Earning the few arfs from the dog, he clearly still loves that too. Once again, it hits me just how easily we were picking up where we left off. All thanks to him, really. Rofi could always warm up a room. He doesn't need to fill his living spaces with decorations or personal belongings. He breathes life into the space just by being himself. My earlier worries feel so silly now. At his core, he's still Rofi. He's just figured out who he is a bit more. As we continue playing, I start to lose track of time. Lost in the game, and lost in memory. Despite the circumstances, the many years we spent apart, I feel safe with Rofi. I'm so cozy. The lesson I think of before drifting off is that I had to get better at this game. To beat him, next time we hang out. I slowly stir awake. Music's still playing, and the last thing I see is Rofi breathing softly in his sleep. I realize that I'm still laying on top of him, with my paws wrapped around his upper body. I really was using him like a pillow. He stirs a little in my arms. I'm so warm. Wait, why am I so warm? He blinks his eyes open to meet mine. Oh, so you're the culprit. I chuckle and slowly shift myself off of him, earn a soft whine from the dog. But it was so cozy! Sorry, looks like we dozed off. No kidding. I guess it's been a long day already. Well, were you cozy too? Was I a good pillow? Yes. Just like how I remember. But, sorry, I didn't mean to initiate anything without you being aware. He waves a paw dismissively, fluffy tail wagging behind him. Oh, it's fine. I've been snuggle deprived recently, but anyway. I'm starving. I wonder what's for dinner. Great question. I'm sure they're figuring out something downstairs. Maybe we can help. Race it down there! The dog zooms past me, throwing the door open and disappearing into the hallway. I'll have to catch up to him again. Okay, how long? Okay, so I feel that this is a good time to end. I've been playing for almost 2 hours now, surprisingly. Let me go ahead and save. Right here. Let's go ahead to the main menu. But yeah, okay, so they're on the point 4 build right now. Which is good. But anyway, wait, this is a really nice and cozy visual novel. Huh. Honestly, I'm surprised Ruffy does not have any bad blood with Leo. Which is cool. Also, Ruffy is definitely a fruit. He is definitely a fruit. I'm sorry. There's no way he could be that friendly and not be, you know, a little gay. You've been conspiring with a still squad, haven't you? You're a fruit! I know what you are! Anyway, I can't wait. Definitely can't wait to play more of this in the next upcoming streams. You know, right after Arches and everything. Oh yeah, I think today is the day I'm gonna make my schedule for next week. So expect that to be posted sometime today. But yeah. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. If you're watching the VOD, go ahead and subscribe to my channel or follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/XenoTheCowboy to watch real-time streams, and follow me on Twitter where I post stream updates as well as ramble about other topics. Thanks for playing and streaming. Of course, Ben, and thank you for being here. Honestly, it's such a delight to have you around. Honestly, I usually don't expect like a lot of traction with my streams, but it's really nice to see you and Zed here, and hopefully other people will come along too. But yeah. Also, I also post my stream schedules on my YouTube community posts, so there's that. But so yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week for more streams, because I'm not gonna be streaming for the rest of the week. Anyway, see y'all soon. Bye bye.